Hi guys and welcome back. Now you're here for another highly anticipated, at least by me, show, Bakemonogatari. And I'm looking forward to it for various reasons. One of which is that it's quite different to the other things that I'm watching in the minute. Primarily not being a comedy or action or anything like that. It's supposedly psychological, and I can see kind of why that is being said. Supernatural, definitely. Well, I'm interested, to say the least. And obviously, there's a lot of things that I might miss, or am going to miss. Bear in mind, this is the first time that I'm watching the entire thing. It's the first time I've even heard of the series. Treat me like a small child when I get things wrong, okay? Anyway, today we are here to watch the third episode. So, in all regards, let's get on with it. Fair enough. Well, to be fair, you're supposed to take it seriously anyway, whether you're Japanese or not. Although, considering her relationship with her own mother, so why isn't he spending it with his own mother? A random small child. Okay, we're getting a change of opening, and this is, wow, reminiscent of the old kind of like 8-bit chip tunes. What? There is a lot of energy in this. Are we getting a character description in this song? Random snail on the umbrella. Hang on. Is everyone her? Everyone is her. So it's either some weird thing where, you know, people are so self-obsessed that she doesn't care about anyone else other than herself, or there's another supernatural kind of element going on, or I'm just reading too much into it. That was kind of cool, though. Snail. So just like, I can't remember her name, is that Tsukahara or something? With the crab. That kid with the snail? What was he looking at? Okay, now we're getting into how kanji is written or something. I have nothing to say on those two subjects. Yeah, we've only seen her in the school uniform and the clothes she wore to the... I don't know what to call it. Because they're friends now. Quite a good way of saying it. And ended up in this park. Senju Gahara. Senju Gahara. So are we going to learn more about his family? Because I think that little flashback? Didn't he say like Nishan? So it's like his sister. He's probably not going to decline that. But you got the entire park to yourself. She's being a bit more forward. Is it now that the weight of what happened to the crab has lifted, she's changed entirely? And I don't mean literal weight, I mean like emotional weight. He is decent, isn't he? Define what you mean? So a loser. I shouldn't say that, no, a loner, maybe. Since, yeah, I don't have any friends. It gives off that air, but no. Well, she's not going to staple him again? He's pulling away from her as much as possible. I'm guessing she doesn't really have that much interaction with people, so... Considering she's been so defensive since the loss of her weight. I do like how they're just playing in the park. Why is he leaning so far forward? Yes, he is a pervert. She's recommending that? Okay. I wouldn't turn that offer down. Yeah. because he doesn't have the confidence or the balls. There he goes. Well, there's a good middle ground. I don't want to delve into any more of that statement. She's explaining herself after insulting him. So what she was doing there was posturing. That's not the right word. Talking about your problems is a good way of working through them. He did have a sister, yeah, cool. Was that already mentioned, or and I forgot it, or is that just something that she has already been made aware of? I don't have any sisters, so I don't know the personal dynamic. That would explain why he's out in a park. Oh, and that's why they had the fight. A good way of saving budget, I like it. Four? The fact that he's, was bitten by a vampire and all that hasn't really been addressed or even brought up. I'm guessing this plays into his little backstory with his sister just now. Yeah, as part of his person, it's take a bit more to fix than just a conversation. Well, he must have the same kind of charm that I do, completely invisible. Where is this going to be another insult, or? Oh, so it's perfectly ordinary across the board. What a weird question. What? Yeah, I was about to say, what is she implying there? It would make it much weirder if you did have sisters and had that kind of complex. Yeah, I don't know. I've not even heard of that one before. Oh, so therefore it's completely legal. Seems like siscon with extra steps. So a normal relationship. She likes playing with him, doesn't she? He rises to the task quite quickly as well. His character is kind of relatable considering that he's a bit pathetic, but also, or at least on the surface, a genuine person. And quick to aggravate when toyed with too much. Don't read too much into it in case it's another trap. Oh. Was that another bluff that he just called? And what was with his eyes just now? So he's got like some enhanced like zoom vision. Oh, that's worse than some of the other things she was calling him. Okay. Some people just don't want help, and honestly, having that kind of attitude when you're a kid, that's not too bad. Don't speak to strangers. Okay, I can see that he's trying to help, but now it's coming off a bit too much. You can stop trying to help now. Send her. Wait, did that just say guilty and not guilty on the side? He just assaulted a small child. I might have to withdraw my statement about him being decent. Even if she was being a bit obstinate. Well, that is usually how you're given names, at least in most cases. Or does she just hate everyone unconditionally? You just assaulted her, so I don't know the truth of that statement. Oh, crap. If anyone comes across this in altercation, So she's not going to do it. Oh. I don't see why he's trying so hard. It does say guilty and not guilty. Why did he turn into a Muppet? And why is he fighting back? Ow. I would never advise getting into a fight with a small child. For many reasons. Yeah, not sure who you're trying to show off to. Yeah. He, Did she see all of that? I'm not entirely sure I understand the situation. Not too far from the truth. Does she not want anything to do with him anymore? She's either insulting him for, what has just transpired, or there's something else going on here. Because there's something definitely odd going on with that kid. And why does it keep showing her out of frame? It was just about to try and explain something. This entire episode just took place in that park. We had a weird kind of conversation where maybe she was testing his morality, or maybe she was actually kind of interested in him. I'm not sure which side of that I fall under, which I think it is. far too many questions arise around that, what's her name? I only said like once or twice. That kid. Once again, there are not any folklore that I know of which incorporates snails. At least none that I can pull off the top of my head. So that doesn't help me. But there does seem to be something about her character about not being able to find home. And him not wanting to be at home during Mother's Day. I'm really struggling to kind of keep up with Bakemonogatari, and well, I'm not struggling as such, because it's one of those shows that's probably going to explain everything eventually. It's just right now I'm trying to figure it all out preemptively, and how I usually go about doing it isn't really helping. I'm thinking there's a thing with time frames in this, but only because of at the beginning of the very first episode, I had that second slowdown thing. And is there a thing about time? These things that he's talking about happened ages ago, and because he was a vampire for a while. Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm just I keep trying to say posturing. Apart from my inability to comprehend the English language, I quite enjoyed this episode, even though not much happened. Is it mental manipulation, or was it genuine? Don't know. There's a lot of character interaction between themselves and trying to build up some sort of basis for friendship, because they haven't really had any interactions that weren't being stapled in the mouth and then taken to some dodgy backstreet broken down house thing to have a god removed from you. But anyway, that might be a not so succinct way of explaining Bakemonogatari so far, because it's almost like watching someone's fever dream turned into a show. Because I'm finding it a little bit difficult to predict in where it's going, but as part of the enjoyment that I'm getting from this, it is challenging me, and it might just be because I'm a bit slow. Who knows? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode of Bakemonogatari, if you've enjoyed seeing me here kind of destroy my brain, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all the genuine niceties you can do to help me out. And of course I'll try and bring you more. But because of the intensity of this, I need to cool down, simmer off. So I'm now off to watch One Punch Man. Wish me luck. Stay adequate, and I'll see you next time.